What? What? Alright, so in front of me I have the Ricoh GR3, which is considered to be one of the best street photography cameras that currently exist. And a lot of people like it because of its small design. It has a full frame 24.3 megapixel sensor. And folks, this is the original GR, so it has the 28mm lens, and it really has earned a good reputation. I even consider this camera to be the best street photography camera a few years back. But I actually got asked a question in my DMs on Instagram the other day asking if the GR3 is still a great camera in 2025 for street photography. And even though I've owned this camera since its release, I realized there are some major flaws with the Ricoh GR system. And even though it is, a pocket beast and, the best street photography camera of all time in my opinion, these flaws alone make me reluctant to recommend this camera in 2025. Now I'm gonna share those flaws with you in this video, but I need to run some errands. I'm gonna go pick up some art supplies because I'm making new prints. I'm also headed to a couple of thrift stores so I can get some Japandi decor for the office/studio that I am currently building. And then we're probably gonna head to San Francisco, shoot some street photography with the GR3, and there I will talk more about the camera as well as show its capabilities as a camera for street photography. Ooh. We outside. Sorry.
You can dates.
Yeah, that's right.
What's up, man?
What's going on? How are you?
Good, good. I like your videos, man.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for keeping film on.
Try to. What was your name?
I'm DJ.
DJ. Jonathan.
Nice
to meet you.
Not King James.
What we got, DJ? What we got?
Impact ZX60.
You gonna give it?
Oh, yeah. Can you play rock, paper, scissors? Okay, I get it. Alright, thanks, man.
Of course,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I always watch your videos.
Thank you. I really
Uploading them.
I will. Thank you.
Like, here, can I show you something?
Yeah. Show me.
This recently.
You good being in the YouTube video?
Huh? Oh, okay. What's up, I just threw a little lead on there. I'm learning how to color grade right now.
Bro, I
so it's not
love
really
it.
color graded yet.
I like the look of it though.
Yeah, I
that
appreciate
is
that.
sick. What was your name again, Isaiah?
I'm Isaiah, yeah.
Yes, sir. Cool. Keep on creating, man.
Yes, you too, man.
Now, before we head out to the city and shoot the GR3, I want to talk really quick about one of the major flaws that I personally feel like is something you need to really consider before deciding to purchase one of these cameras in 2025. And the first major flaw, folks, is going to be the build quality. Now, the GR3s are actually built really well. It's a magnesium alloy body. I've dropped this thing multiple times and there really hasn't been many issues. But the one thing where it lacks, in my opinion, is in the quality control department. So there's two things that have happened with my camera in the last, I would say, 4 to 5 years of me owning it that honestly have been a real pain in the butt. The first one, folks, being this control wheel on the back of the camera. So the GR3 is absolutely prone to the control wheel going bad for some odd reason. This wheel right here, after a while, if you guys haven't heard this online already, tends to go bad. You can't really use it. And I remember it was sporadic. I would try to turn the wheel to the right and then it wouldn't even scroll. It would just kind of jump from page to page and it just wasn't a good thing. Now, this was a super big annoyance for me, and it actually caused me to step away from the camera for about a year. And the second quality concern that I have with the GR3 happens to be with the lens. Now, as you can see, I have a lens hood on it, and the reason why is not because I want to have it on. I actually prefer shooting it without the lens hood because it's a smaller form factor. But the lens hood right here is hiding this flaw right up at the front. So when you turn the camera off, it doesn't close all the way for some reason. It kind of has a half open thing right there. And I don't really want to get this camera repaired, but it is kind of annoying to look at, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's just not a pretty thing. So if you guys were wondering, that is why I always have the lens hood on the camera these days, not for aesthetics, but mostly because I'm trying to hide that front lens. Now, apart from those two quality concerns, the rest of the camera has held up really well. Haven't had issues with the shutter, haven't had issues with the sensor. The other buttons and dials, apart from the scroll wheel, have been very responsive, and even the touchscreen is still really good in today's standards. But if you're spending $900 on a camera, it's kind of annoying to think that the back scroll wheel inevitably will be an issue for you, and that, that front lens thing could potentially be an issue as well. Now, while we're on the topic of build quality, one of the best ways to build your own professional website is to utilize the sponsor for today's episode, which are the good folks over at Squarespace. Squarespace is your all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business.
With the help of AI technology, Squarespace offers design intelligence, which will help you craft a truly unique website of your own. You can also create a portfolio to display your work beautifully. And with Squarespace payments, clients or people who want to purchase prints now have the flexibility to pay in a variety of different ways.
So to get started with your own professional website today, head over to squarespace.com/KingJapes and enter promo code KingJapes at checkout, and you guys can get 10% off of your first purchase of a domain or a website. Huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. All right, you guys, we only got about 2 hours of sunlight left. Let's go to the city. So we're still shooting golden hour right now here in San Francisco. Market Street is lit up. like a Christmas tree. So we are gonna have some fun just now. But it was perfect timing because this leads me into my next point about why I can't fully recommend the GR3, and that is, folks, the battery life isn't all that great. Now here's the thing, you can go out and have a beautiful time with the Ricoh GR3 with just one battery, but folks, it's only gonna last you about an hour. So I've been out here for only an hour. I made about maybe 62 shots so far, and all 62 within that hour, as my camera has been on, the battery completely drained to zero. So it was a full battery, then it drained to zero. What I'm finding is on a full day worth of shooting, like for example, if I go out and shoot for 8 hours a day, I'm gonna need roughly 3 to 4 of these batteries to get me through the day. And honestly, you guys, these batteries also aren't cheap. If you're buying the actual Ricoh provided batteries, and if you're gonna have to buy 4 or 5 extra batteries just to get your camera up and going, and then charge them right after, it could be a little bit draining. You know what I mean? So that's one of the reasons why, folks, I can't fully recommend the GR3. The battery life is just not that great. I wish it was like the GR2, where I feel like one battery lasted me the entire day. For an entire day of shooting, I gotta carry around maybe 3 to 4 batteries just to be safe. All right, so we are back home, you guys. Finally, after a fun little session there, I kind of got carried away with the black and white, the high contrast black and white, because I forgot just how fun it was to shoot the GR3 with that preset. But I wanted to finish this video off with talking about my last final flaw that I think the GR3 is honestly lacking, especially when it comes to street photography in 2025. I feel like this is an area in which maybe if Ricoh were to release a newer Ricoh GR camera, I really hope they improve or either fix this last flaw. All right, folks, so the last and final flaw of the Ricoh GR3 and why I can't 100% recommend this camera in 2025 is the pure lack of film simulations. Now, really, the only other camera company that has some type of film simulation built in is Fujifilm, of course. But I think the reason why Fujifilm cameras are so popular among street photographers is the simple ability to have different looks coming from one sensor straight out of the camera. Now, the GR3, on the other hand, folks, does have a couple of different built-in looks. For example, now there is a standard look, there's also a vivid look. You have monotone, which is just gonna be your basic black and white. You also have soft monotone, which is black and white, but it's gonna be a little bit less contrasty. Hard black and white, which is gonna be like that medium, high contrast black and white look. But as for color, you are pretty limited. And I think this is where Fujifilm has a huge advantage over Ricoh cameras. And that is because they just have so many more different simulations. But on the GR3, you are greeted with something called positive film, which is supposed to give you more of a slide film look. But positive film is really the only usable color, I guess you could say, film simulation or emulation that is built into the camera. Now, there are a lot of people online though who do get some amazing colors from the Ricoh GR cameras. For example, RegB Photo, he does a ton of work on a Ricoh GR and the colors actually come out really good. And you can check out his videos to see what he does to his film simulations. But for 2025, with all of the different cameras coming out, I do think this is an area in which Ricoh can really improve their system with. And just imagine having 4 to 5 base color film simulations that you can customize, that you can, essentially make your own recipes with. I think that would really, really boost the next GR through the roof. Now, as for my final verdict on whether or not I can recommend the GR3 in 2025, my honest answer, folks, is yes, I can recommend it, but I just can't fully recommend it considering the quality control issues, as well as, the lack of good battery life and the very limited film simulations built into the camera. But if you can look past that, folks, the Ricoh GR3 is truly still one of the best cameras for street photography. And it's tiny, it's small, and you can literally take this anywhere you go. But that's going to wrap it up. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, drop a like down below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. As always, Minolta Gang.